think she's improved throughout the course of this campaign. She's got more confident, more assertive. She's also displaying quite a lot of humour, which she wasn't at the beginning. And let's be honest, she can be a little bit wooden, after all. But I think she's improved considerably. And I think Rishi Sunak is just too polished, just too slick.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
What do you want, a scruff bag as your Prime Minister?
Yeah, well, and, you know, does wearing £3,500 suits during a cost of living crisis, is that really how ordinary people are going to relate to him?
And yet, consistently in the hustings that we've seen, whenever Rishi Sunak talks about defending the ability of people to spend their own money, about doing well, about Conservatives defending the idea that people should be able to do well and that we shouldn't have this politics of envy, he always gets a very big round of applause. So I worry about Conservatives in general going down the language of the left on this issue. Potentially that can be self-destructive.
But he talks about spending our own money. He's the only chancellor in the G7 who's raising taxes, and I cannot see how that is economically sustainable. He's the only one in the G7.
Well, I'll be talking actually to a Tory MP that is backing Rishi Sunak as well a bit later on in the programme. I wonder, because she was watching the Liz Truss debate with me, I wonder if she changed her mind. She was sitting there. I wonder if she heard anything that said, actually, I've got it wrong. Liz is the woman for me. I suspect not as well, but you never know these days. Stranger things have happened. Also, I mean, there's a lot of criticism coming through about the cost of living. Robert says Liz Truss had nothing to say to help people with the cost of living crisis, except the same old stuff we've heard before, revoking the national insurance increases. But I mean, you've got to give them due, both candidates. They've got their path, they're sticking to it, they're not flip-flopping around. Rishi could have sat there and thought to himself, you know, I didn't do a lot, really, previously.
Rishi did flip-flop on VAT, on fuel.
Yeah, but he's not kind of sat, I don't think he's sat and bent and breezed and said, actually, I'm not very popular at the moment and I know what I could do. Just, I don't know, shake my money tree, give everyone an extra whatever it is, get some tick boxes in my name. He hasn't done that. You've got to admire that.
There's been a clearer evolution of Rishi Sunak's position since the start of this campaign. He initially said no tax cuts until inflation is kept under control. And then as this cost of living crisis has really grown at scale and we've learnt more about it, he has said that he would do some tax cuts before inflation was brought under control. That is a shift in his position, although Rishi Sunak's team is now saying that Liz Truss is evolving her position on the idea of potentially handout help to people who don't pay tax, the very poorest in society, potentially some targeted direct support from Liz Truss to them, although she says she doesn't want to reveal her entire budget before we know the detail on the ground. So I suppose there's an argument that you can make on both of these candidates that they have evolved their positions, although they would say, of course, that they are moving with the times as we're learning more about the international situation and, crucially, the international price of energy. Clearly, this is one of the issues where we've learned that a country domestically trying to put a price ceiling on something, the Theresa May's energy price cap, clearly hasn't worked particularly well. A price cap doesn't build new power generation, and a price cap doesn't stop international events that affect the international price of energy. I think supply-side reform is ultimately the medium to long-term solution to this, and that's something that all the candidates seem to support.